Hey, hello, friends. I'm Jim, the director of Saving Walden's World, and boy, I'm out skiing, having a wonderful day. But while I'm doing that, I'm worried about the crazy world that the Trump administration is bringing upon us and everyone else of color, of gender non-conforming, poor people, people around the world, women. And I think we really need to step up and do this February 28th blackout, boycott, make them hurt. And I think we got to just stop our consumption really abruptly. And so maybe fill up your tank on February 27th and go get some groceries, and then just try to not buy anything on February 28th and try to see if you can make it last all week. Like, let's just have that purchasing just drop right off. Because what this right-wing agenda of Trump, Musk, Zuckerberg is all about is getting the billionaire class even richer. And they use this guise of getting a lot of poor people to think that they're going to actually do better under a billionaire. Like, I've never heard of a billionaire who's going to take care of those less fortunate. And they've duped some people, but don't let them dupe you. And I don't think anything's going to stop them at this point other than their pocketbook. So please just do everything you can not to buy anything from corporations. You can go to your local co-op or a local business still, but do not support any larger corporations. And as we go, I think, past February 28th, we've got to keep this boycott, this blackout going against all the big offensive corporations that are in bed with the military, with the arms industries, oil and gas, consumerism, these big tech firms who are trying to take away the decency of banning hate speech and banning bashing of LGBTQ or making racist statements on their platforms. We've just got to block out those all those offensive social media platforms and find the alternatives. So we can do it. Please join us. And Saving Walden's World now is becoming more and more needed. And we just did a screening the other night, and people were feeling desperate for something that had some sanity in it. And our film shows how beautiful it can be when we love each other, look out for each other, honor those of color. Look at all the gifts they've given our societies and how often they've been willing to say, let's work together and make this world work for all. But somehow this white racist class wants to somehow make America white again, and it never was white. And somehow they have this feeling of they've got enough other poor people following them. And we've got to knock it out, because we've got to stick together and take the reins of democracy back, because right now it's being completely shredded. Any form of decency is gone. And now we're partnering up with the most authoritarian regimes around the world. Putin, like, awful things. Of course, America's done awful things in Afghanistan, Iraq. We continue to do awful things, but now we're going to do awful times 10. And this is not what we need. They're wrecking, say, departments and taking away the best of what they did, and they're accentuating the worst of what they have been doing. So I think we need to work for the midterm election, but in the short term, I don't think they're going to listen to anything else but the pocketbook. And we are the ones who are making them billionaires. We are the ones making them billionaires, and that day has to stop February 28th. Please, please. Make them bleed, make them hurt. I hate to use such a statement, but the only thing that they're going to understand, I think, is their pocketbooks not being full. And these billionaires, they can last it a few days, of course. They don't care. They have enough money to do anything they want. But repeat it day after day, week after week, month after month. You've got to just cut them off, and then I think we can start to get a sane world again. They are only in power because we buy from them. And so please, Let's save Walden's world, save your kids' world, save the kids, like Bernie used to say, the kids that you don't even know. Think about that person that you don't even know anywhere around the world, and your life is about making their world better. And how good does that make us feel? Regardless of your religion. But even, like, I'm no Christian, but even a Christian is saying, looking out for your being your sister's keeper, your brother's keeper. That's what being a decent human being is about. It's thinking about those who others are picking on, and you stick up for them. You don't kick them. So this right wing has been, you kick down the ladder. Anyone poorer than you kick them. Anyone up the ladder, you kiss their butt. And that's got to stop. Come on, get smarter than them. The one down the ladder, you help them up. The one above, say, sure, you're there, but we're not going to think, oh, that's the life of the rich and famous. I want to be like them. No, you're going to say, that's the life of the rich and shameless. Okay? We don't want that kind of life. We want a life where all are doing well, where all the boats are rising. And it's so easy. It is so easy to have that world of peace, of kindness, always doing things kind for the others, regardless of who they are. Kindness and decency and helping hand. Helping hand. Anyone who's doing less well than you, well, give them a helping hand. What's so hard about that? That's our values as a decent human being anywhere around the world. Lending a helping hand to those around us. So please join me. And this is a bit of an impassioned speech by Jim, the director of Saving Walden's World, signing off here. I'm getting back to my skiing. And there's 1,000,001 ways to have fun that don't include consumerism. And the last thing I want to say is consumerism is really what's ruining the planet anyway. So we need to degrow the economy in every way we can by supporting all the beautiful local businesses and enterprises, people we know, we can see their products. Even if we buy some olive oil, it's not going to be the end of the world if it's coming overseas, but it's organic. But most of our consumption is from our local community. And then we're going to feel really good about our consumerism. We don't have to feel like, I'm going to put this stinking gas hose into my car and pumping this horrible fossil fuel from Exxon or Chevron or one of these horrible companies that do horrible things to people around the world. So those people have got to get shut off. Just shut their pump off, right off. Even if you have to walk to work, bike to work, carpool, take the bus, get there, and maybe we even are going to have to do an employment blackout and just shut this country down until they wise up. We can't have the people Trump's appointing in office. They are wrecking balls to everything decent. So I'm sorry I can't even stop. I get so irritated. But I'm also wanting to say, if all we do is walk around irritated, they've won. So feel that beauty inside of yourself. Feel that calmness too. Even though you're fighting like a warrior, you're also feeling that kindness and warmth inside of you every minute. And then we're going to win. They say the arc of justice bends toward fairness, but lately you got to be like cherry picking the data to think that. But we've got to make that happen. Please help me make that happen. Let's have this whole arc of justice constantly getting better, constantly kinder world, constantly more peaceful, constantly less consumeristic, constantly easier on the environment, more welcoming to people of other genders, of whatever they want to do. It's their business. Whatever women do with their body is their business. If you don't like what they're doing, well, you're not them. Forget it. You don't have a say over someone else's body. Sorry. That's their choices. Whenever the right wing thought they could control what we do in our bedroom, that was against every bone in their of what they're supposed to be. It's very hypocritical. So just see the hypocrisy, get out of it, be kind, just enjoy that kindness. The 1,000 random acts of kindness. Okay, every time you let someone out ahead of you when you're all stuck in some snarly thing, and you see that little smile come toward you, you give that smile back, your whole day just got better. Every time you do something kind, your day gets better. Every time you do something mean, your day feels a little worse. you feel a little awful when you do something mean. I know I do. Whenever I catch myself doing those mean things, and I go around brewing on it. So, come on, let's do it together. And signing off. Have a good one. February 28th, Blackout, Consumerist Blackout. Thanks. Bye-bye.